and then it turned off. I guess the battery gets kind of warm, hot, too hot. So it's like my brain gets too hot and then it stops. But completely. You don't get some weird video artifacts because of that. Yeah, grabbing the things that I needed for dragging the brush across the paper, it took a while, and then actually doing that was also very difficult, and it was soothing to a degree, but no high efficiency. Like 20% of what I needed, so I kept doing it very slowly, just looking at the colors, how they mix and that sort of thing. So eventually, after an hour, I think it lasted for an hour, nice, it started to go away. So I could move better, I could move more normally. I could make decisions and better. So I get up, I think I decided to cook, so I cooked. And then I decided to take a shower, which was a good one, but the decision-making process was active by then. But I could still feel some kind of shakiness in my whole body. It wasn't like it wasn't visible outside, I wasn't doing this or something, but it was as if there is another smaller me inside me, like, so another leg inside my leg, another arm inside my arm, and those were kind of vibrating, not even shaking, like vibrating there. So like in total it was about maybe 4 or 5 hours until I gradually returned to normal and could form desires and decisions the way I normally do, and experience things the way I normally do. So that's a shutdown. There's no way around it. I wasn't punishing anyone by silent treatment yesterday. Those people on the forum, on the Autistic Reddit, some of them, one of them didn't even want to talk to me anymore, so I wasn't punishing them by not talking to them. And the other people, they don't even know me, they don't care, they didn't expect a response within a certain time window or something. I wasn't angry at them, I wasn't trying to make them change their behavior somehow, or I wasn't doing any of that. The silent treatment doesn't apply, it is a fucking shutdown. And if I could choose, I wouldn't choose to go through what I went through yesterday. That hour, I mean, I just lost it, it's out of my life. It's and it's in a stupid way, not like if I fainted, those minutes that you spend unconscious, they're also kind of not a part of your life experience. But you're not conscious, so you're not a part of your own life experience. It's like small death, little death, and not intermittent. I mean intermittent dying. If you have a few episodes of fainting, but temporary dying, which is like a non-experience, non-anything. But yeah, that hour, I was conscious. It wasn't like a little death. but I feel there's like a waste. And it's unpleasant. It's physically unpleasant, it's mentally very unpleasant, it's emotionally very difficult. But yeah, let's look on the bright side again. Let's find the silver lining in it. I have the knowledge now. Knowledge means power. Yeah, it's a shutdown, and back then those were shutdowns. I know that, and in a way, me experiencing it yesterday was I needed that. It was useful because the shutdowns that I had during my conversations with my third number one, they happened kind of long ago. I think more than 2 years ago now, the last one. So it's a memory, a distant memory, so I have to retrieve it, and it feels a bit uncertain because it's a fucking memory, it deteriorates. But yeah, right now it's very, it was yesterday, and in the process of the shutdown I could also understand, oh, like it's the same as then. And now it is a shutdown, I can clearly see it is just that. Another piece of knowledge that I got is that I shouldn't talk to people. My fuse is very short now. And it's very unpredictable but also predictable, because I think I could make a map of things that would trigger me into this state again. But it is unpredictable in the way that I don't control what other people do, and only to a degree how I react to that. So I'm mentally unstable. And especially this type of communication that I wanted to engage in, that I have always wanted to engage in like all my life, that I tried doing with my third number one, who has NPD, so that was a fucking mistake. Talking about an experience that, like what I'm doing now, so I have had these experiences with shutdowns, and they're peculiar. So I will try to describe it in all the detail that I can, and you, the listener, my partner in the conversation, you would try to make a mental map again of the experience as best you can, and then compare it with anything you have gone through. And then if you have gone through something like that, which I was hoping for it on the forum with the discussion that I started there, but I guess that was a miss. Yeah, so these kind of discussions, I think, are like are not an option anymore for about 10 years. This is my estimate. Well, for quite a few more years, I think I cannot really do them. The possible consequences they are too damaging. I have to have a more empty kind of life. More of a dragging the brush across a sheet of paper, and less of there is this experience that I had in this and this situations, what could be the implications of those, have you had that, how did you deal with that, how do you perceive that, so all of that mental comparison and analyzing, it's just out of the window. I cannot talk to people. and even simpler conversations, because it was again a conversation that led me to the forum, which led me to the shutdown. It was a pretty basic conversation, but it followed a pattern. And it made me think about it, and well, that was a mistake, don't think. And that's the moral of the story. I'll have to limit my engagement with people. I'm okay with like formal engagement, because my job is about talking to people actually. And it hasn't caused me any problems. Since I went no contact with my third number one, or even before that, I can do that. There are just kind of stick to a script. Like you play a certain role, you're forced by the environment to only do this range of things, and you can choose. There is personality in there, but it's limited by because it's a job. And so I have been obviously talking to people. And I kind of can do very superficial, like extremely superficial conversations, as if like it's mostly me meeting some new people. So like, where are you from? How old are you? What are you doing here? What's your job? What about your family? Like this sort of thing. So I can answer that. I can ask something like the weather, the conversations about the weather. But if it goes deeper than that, just a little bit deeper than that, I'm at risk. I have to. I'm at people's mercy, and they can decide to do whatever the fuck they want. She's eating again. Kitty, stop. You're getting fat. Gonna get fat. And we'll have to put you on a diet, and you don't want that. You don't want that. Yep. So there are 2 wisdoms, and the third one, a bit unrelated to that, because after the shutdown, during the shutdown I guess, during the final stages of the shutdown, I cooked. And I cooked a radish, which had winked at me at the shop prior to everything. So I had bought it, and then I decided to cook it, and the fresh one, no, it's bitter, and it's spicy, bitey. Just okay, but it's kind of small, but it's giant for this amount of taste that it has. It's too big. Like it should be a spice, you know. But no, it's a whole thing. But I still bought it. At the shop because it was winking at me like, hello, sailor. And I cooked it. Decided, fuck it, I'm not gonna. I googled it because I didn't know what it was. And everything was about salads, like shredding it, grating it, and putting it in salads. So I decided to try it raw. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So I decided to cook it, just to kind of braise it, to stew it. And it turned out perfect. It still has some kind of that bite, but very gentle. So just as if you added some seasoning to your food. And the consistency is very nice for a vegetable. It's not soggy. It didn't get didn't become thin or didn't change actually that much, because it just got a bit softer but was still kind of thick and there was kind of bulk to it. And it's very nice. It's like kind of like potato actually. It behaves a bit like fried potato in a way. Kind of solid. Like this is what I need in a vegetable. I mean, I love all the other vegetables too, but I've been wanting to have a vegetable like this, that it tastes vegetably, like tastes green, not like potato, because potato tastes like beige and yellow. And the radish does. It's awesome. I'm gonna start eating a lot of radish. So I'm gonna congratulate myself on having a shutdown and then cooking some radish.